this topic came to me when I was touring in the countryside in October, and I kind of, my hands were cold and I didn't have a heated grip. There, you can hear me. And what happened was, I took my gloves off and I warmed my hand on the exhaust. From a distance, everything is nice and toasty. It was good. But then I also decided to warm up my gloves. That's when problems started, but I did not realize it at that time, just minutes later. So I warmed up my hands and my sleeves and whatever a little bit. I sat on the bike and kept going, but just a minute into it, I was miserably cold. My hands were miserably cold, and I started thinking about it later, because I do things first and think after. So, and this is what I figured out. The gas in the engine, the gasoline, is a type of hydrocarbon. It's a crude oil product. It's hydrocarbons, okay? And as hydrocarbons burn, they burn and produce CO2 and H2O. And that H2O comes out in a steam form. You don't see it. There is no visible steam or anything leaving the exhaust or soot or anything that you can see. But the heat that the exhaust gas is producing is wet heat. Just as with a propane torch or a Tiger torch or a propane heater, the heat you're making is wet heat. It's got a lot of moisture in it, in steam form that you can see. That steam condensates on your sleeves or on your clothes or even on your skin. And as it condensates, it cools down and it sucks body heat away from your body. It just wicks it away little by little. So that's why I figured that heating my hand is on the exhaust gases is not a good idea. It kind of seems to work, but really it doesn't. 2 minutes into it, it just doesn't work, because it made my hands clammy and cold and miserable. Like 2 minutes right after I sat on the bike and kept going. What worked better is dry heat. Okay, it's a little hot now, but say 60 degrees, 70 degrees Celsius. What works better is dry heat. Like if you need to heat your hands and gloves on the muffler or silencer or some parts of the pipe that isn't too hot, and so that it doesn't damage the fabric or your clothing, because it does deteriorate with sharp high heat. So that's what I learned.